Okay, so the Eagles are back on the field, and this rookie is looking more ferocious than ever. Plus, a weird one-on-one. Quinyon Mitchell versus Saquon Barkley. Meanwhile, it looks like Nakobe Dean's rehab is ahead of schedule. How early could he be back? But that's not all. Could the NFL be looking into how Big Pimp and Howie Roseman does his salary cap? And the Eagles drafted a 6th-round rookie that was once upon a time this year projected to be a first-round talent. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with our Philadelphia Eagles, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So yesterday was the first day of the Philadelphia Eagles OTAs, and we got to see a mixture of good young talent and veteran talent out there putting it all together. Now, the first day of practice wasn't open to the media, but we did get a behind-the-scenes look as the Eagles have the best social media team in the game, so they posted this on IG and, of course, Twitter. However, today we will actually hear from the Jeff McClains, the Elliott Shore Parks, the Zach Bermans with actual information of what happened in 7-on-7s. But first, I want to go back and talk about some of the things in this video that stood out to me since it went by so fast. Like Jalen Carter starting exactly where he left off last year. The strength and speed that number 98 shows is just crazy. Staying with the strength and speed, rookie Ty Robinson, don't be hitting and moving like a rookie. That duo is going to be wild. Moving on to a one-on-one matchup, Saquon Barkley versus Quinyon Mitchell. Saquon wins the first rep, but they run it back, and Q gets his hand on the ball, forcing a PBU. I find this matchup pretty interesting, though. Next, we got a one-on-one footwork and speed drill, Jalix Hunt and Zach Bond, and it looks like they tie. Moving over to some DB drills, you can see the exciting whites together, but look who's the second safety to come up, Sidney Brown. Could that mean anything? Also, it's good to see Jake Elliott making field goals. And last but not least, in a one-on-one drill from the offensive line, Anthony DeBona pointed out that Nakobe Dean is on the field. Now, of course, we all saw no helmet, but to have the practice jersey on, to be out there, I think he's ahead of schedule for that injury, which is a good sign for training camp or at least the start of the season. Now, it didn't show Kelee Ringo in that video. However, the Eagles did post a picture of him putting in work in the practice jersey. Plus, his trainer has been posting videos on IG, tagging him in it of all the work he's putting in behind the scenes. Now, we've seen this from Ringo in the past, but this is year 3. Mind you, he's still younger than Quinyon Mitchell. I think he's going to get every opportunity to start. We did bring Adoree Jackson in here, but that's insurance. The job is his to lose. Mind you, last year he was wearing 22. Now he'll be wearing a number 7. And although that's not going to change his game, it's a fresh start. The CB2 spot is open. Go earn it, Kelee Ringo. I'm going to be looking at that matchup all training camp long. Now let's get into Cameron Williams, the tackle that we drafted in the 6th round. He's officially signed. That means 2 more people need to sign. Jahad Campbell and Andrew Makuba, and the rookie class is all taken care of. Staying with the Texas star right tackle Cameron Williams, Pete Thanel tweeted January 14th that Cameron Williams is leaving school early to enter the NFL draft. He told ESPN, Williams is a true junior who projects as a prototype NFL tackle at 6'5", 335 pounds. ESPN's Phil Yates projected Williams as the number 28 overall pick in his latest mock draft. Again, this was January 14th of this year. Now, of course, he didn't go in the 1st round. The Eagles got him in the 6th round. But for him to once upon a time be a projected 1st round pick, for the Eagles to get him in the 6th round is an absolute steal. And I do think we're going to try to mold him to be Lane Johnson's replacement. So whatever made him fall to the 6th round, we have time to work out the kinks as Lane Johnson signed a 2-year extension. So Cameron Williams got 2.5 to 3 years to master Jeff Stoutland University and take over for the GOAT Lane Johnson if all goes as planned. I gotta say, though, it's crazy for anybody to be projected in the 1st round and fall that far. Definitely gonna do more due diligence into why. Maybe it's because he just came out of college early. I don't really know. But the Eagles really like this tackle, and we'll see what happens in the future. Switching gears to an NFL report, My Sports Update tweeted NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said owners had a lengthy discussion at the league's meeting about salary cap system, how well it's working, whether teams are operating within its intended spirit, and what changes might be needed in the next round of collective bargaining with the players' union. He pretty much continued to say, in a short version, owners are already looking ahead to potential changes to keep the system fair, competitive, and free of loopholes. Now, I don't know about y'all, but to me, that's Roger Goodell taking a shot on the Philadelphia Eagles, talking about everybody playing fair, keeping it competitive, no loopholes, like how the best GM in the NFL, Howie Roseman, puts the voided years to push out the cap hit so you can maximize a window of having a lot of good players on big contracts before things start to go crazy. Which, again, if it's a loophole or not, everybody's allowed to do it. If you're allowed to do it, do it. Stop complaining about it. But don't worry, as the cap jumps up, it's all going to work itself out. But I do think they're looking into how Howie Roseman continues to have cap and give these contracts out. And of course, all the hate started ramping up this offseason because the Eagles went out and won the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts was the MVP. Everything that they said couldn't happen did happen, and we're just getting started. So prepare to be hated even more, but we love that. As for an update later today, I believe it's at 7 p.m. live on this channel. You can check out me and LB representing the Eagles side of things, and J Tuck and Cowboys Fan Talk representing the Dallas side. It will be live at 7 p.m. So set your notifications and come through and show love for Philly as we dominate. Staying with the player we just saw in that video, he didn't play for the Eagles last year. He was traded by Howie Roseman to the New York Jets for a 2026 third-round pick. Could have turned a second-round pick if he played a certain amount of snaps with the Jets, but he didn't. We're talking Hasson Reddick, who did sign a one-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but is being reported that he's already holding out of OTAs. Again, a lot of people didn't like the trade. Nobody knew who was going to step up in his position. We did sign Bryce Huff, and it didn't work out at all. We're still trying to move him, and I do believe that is something that's going to happen June 1st. Howie Roseman is always keeping the phone lines open. That being said, Nolan Smith and the rise of Jalix Hunt, I believe, is going to be enough with the guys we signed on a one-year deal. But if you look at what Reddick did with the Jets, even when he started playing, I think he had like one sack all season. And now already being this old, holding out, maybe it's anywhere but Philly, but that was the only time we seen the real Hasson Reddick come out. Maybe Howie knew that his game was going to decline or he'd be this much of a problem, but simply getting ahead of the Hasson Reddick contract, not giving him big money, although we did give some money to Bryce Huff. He wanted way more, was still a smart thing. Lastly, check out the one and only Howie Roseman. Although the NFL is trying to go through his motto of salary cap loopholes, as they say, although anybody can do it, he's enjoying his best life out there with the first pitch at a Phillies game. And then, of course, as he's walking off, he takes a picture, and then we get a nice Eagles chant. With that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Remember, at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live talking Eagles with Cowboy content creators. We got a 2v2. It's going to be fun. Come through and show that Philly support. So until then, drop the muscle emoji. Leave a comment. I absolutely love hearing from you, and I'll catch y'all in a couple hours if you come through. We out.